try to escape, I just pull you back.
I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Cause I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. 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 You can't defeat me.
Good evening, my children. Master Larry Lloyd of the Chowline Temple for Wrestle Birmingham. We have NWA Championship Wrestling action, barbaric as it is, coming right up. Don't miss it.
I'm a man, I'm a pro, and I'm better than you. I can bend you like a pretzel, I can tear you in two. I like to...
When you can take the M&M from my hand, you will be ready. You have much to learn, Weed Hopper. Observe the next American wrestling match between Brickhouse Brown and McNasty. These men have much to learn about tranquility. But boy, ain't they fun to watch.
Introducing first, walking around ringside, weighing at 260 pounds from Coldwater, Texas, McNasty. Spread the word throughout the land and say, bad guys, we're black. We're taking care. You see us coming and you all together. Once again, no disqualifications, no count out. Falls do not count. His opponent, weighing 240 pounds, from Miami, Florida, Brickhouse Brown.
Michael St. John, Jimmy Powell at a ringside, and the action, as you see, has already started in the arena somewhere in the back. Jimmy, I didn't see they just came out of there. There's McNasty, there's Brickhouse Brown, and this is a stretcher match, and McNasty right away going to work on Brickhouse Brown. Your referee for this match in charge, but I don't know if there's going to be any in charge of this match.
Well, it's going to be a wild one, Michael. There's no doubt about it. You know, this stretcher match, one man's got to be carried out of the building tonight on a stretcher, and there's no other way to win. I don't think that they can't even disqualify him, can they?
This is an incredible match. As the Director of Enforcement of the NWA, Mr. Roy Lee Welch, putting these two men who have been at odds. You know the story as good as anybody, Jimmy, as right now McNasty going for the cover on Brickhouse Brown and just got the pin on Brickhouse Brown.
He's already pinned him. Now all they got to do is carry him out of the building. You know, the match is not over, though. You understand, until they carry him out, it doesn't matter who gets the pinfall. Until one man is carried out, it's not over.
And that is the rules of a stretcher match in the NWA, a long-standing rule. And now, as Brickhouse Brown is placed onto the stretcher, two of the attendants picking him up to take him out of the arena, and McNasty parading around the ring as he made quick work of Brickhouse Brown after that low blow. And now Brickhouse being taken out of the ring. Boy, there's Brickhouse is a big man.
I'll tell you what, they may have to they need to get this guy on a diet before they try to carry him out next time. They're going to crate this guy out. They're going to drop him and go, man, I'll tell you what, this McNasty's some more kind of talent, though. I'll tell you, I've been really impressed watching him the last few months.
I am absolutely shocked that he took the measure of Brickhouse Brown. Brickhouse just rolled off the stretcher under his own accord. So the match continues. The match continues. And now look at McNasty off the very top rope, down to the floor, and Brickhouse Brown is down again.
I have to admit it, I've been waiting for weeks and weeks to see this match. This is a great match. Look at him.
McNasty has had his way with Brickhouse Brown. Brickhouse Brown right now being sent toward the fans and into the restraining wall. Oh my goodness. McNasty has just taken the fight right to Brickhouse Brown, and McNasty has got the man down again. This time on the floor. He already had him on the stretcher once, but Brickhouse Brown rolled off the stretcher before it got out of the arena, so the match continues.
I'll tell you what, this McNasty, he's got it figured out tonight. You know, Brickhouse Brown's always been a legend in his own mind, and now tonight he's got, well, what, did you see that?
Brickhouse Brown, and that was not a chop block, let's say that.
Well, that wasn't one of classic wrestling moves there.
Well, it was classic, but I'm going to stop
call
right
it a
there.
wrestling move.
And Brickhouse Brown now, and McNasty fighting away on the floor. There is no disqualification in this match. There is no time limit in this match. One man will leave this arena on a stretcher. The other man will be the victor.
That's exactly right. And I tell you what, it looks like tonight McNasty is going to be the man. It looks like the bell's going to toll against Brickhouse Brown tonight.
Well, if the two men are about of the same size, McNasty a little bit of a height advantage on Brickhouse Brown.
The crowd's starting to pick up a little chant there, a little cheering going on, though, for Brickhouse. I don't know. I've seen this guy come back from a lot of bad situations when the fans got behind him.
The fans are strangely quiet in this match because I think they sense that the nature of this match has been all McNasty's way, but now Brickhouse trying to mount a comeback, using the right hand, or the right foot rather, and now the right hand on McNasty.
You call that right, the right hand. That's a closed fist.
I saw that coming as Brickhouse wound up from left field. Oh, McNasty just kicked him in the face. Boom. You could hear that all over. 1, 2, 3, and McNasty now has gotten the second 3 count on Brickhouse Brown, but the match again will continue until the man is taken out of the arena on the stretcher. Brickhouse rolled out onto the floor, and the attendants are over to try to roll him out onto this stretcher.
Well, you're talking about a tough job. These guys got a tough job tonight.
Boy, I'll tell you.
They ought to get combat pay.
And Brickhouse is down and may be out this time.
I hope they know
They're
good
taking him out of
chiropractor.
the arena. McNasty going to follow the stretcher. Again, the match does not end until the man is out of the arena, and I'm afraid, Jimmy, we're going to have to stand up. McNasty slapping at Brickhouse Brown off the stretcher before they could get him out. McNasty had this thing won. Now he's going to use the stretcher as a weapon on
This guy's
Brickhouse
lost
Brown.
it. He could have won the match. Don't he understand that? Did somebody not explain the rules to him?
Well, I'm not sure that the elevator goes to the top
I
floor.
think I like this guy, McNasty. I'll tell you, he reminds me a lot of myself. Look at him.
You took the words out of my mouth. Jimmy Powell, the dirty white boy, with the commentary.
That's a real dirty white boy.
That was a real dirty white boy statement.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
And now
Got carried away.
McNasty going back after Brickhouse Brown, who is on the floor. He's picking him up and now working him over in the aisleway on the way back to the dressing room. But you're wrestling a wounded animal. You're fighting a man that's only going to fight back because he has the intensity and the internal fortitude. McNasty with the bell, using the bell and ringing the chime.
He rang his bell.
Oh. McNasty, I think you're right, Jimmy. I think he has lost it in this stretcher match with Brickhouse Brown. Bringing the stretcher over. McNasty using the stretcher again on Brickhouse Brown. Brick is down. McNasty with the edge of that stretcher and again pounding it onto the man. McNasty relentless in his punishment of Brickhouse Brown.
I love this kind of match. I just love this kind of match.
I would think you would. The dirty white boy didn't come because somebody just pulled it out of a hat.
That's exactly right.
Slams Brickhouse Brown onto the stretcher, and Brick is down. He's going for the pin on the stretcher. He pinned him on the stretcher.
How many times is he going to have to beat this guy tonight?
Well, if he'd have left him alone going out, McNasty had this match won before and may have it won this time for good.
McNasty is the man. He is the future of professional wrestling at Wrestle Birmingham. I've got to tell you, I'm getting motivated watching this guy.
Brickhouse Brown being carried out on the stretcher.
He's the man.
I'm the legend killer.
He's the one.
Wait a minute. Is he out?
Brickhouse Brown, listen at McNasty. He's saying, I'm the legend killer. I'm the legend killer. I told you Brickhouse Brown is a legend in his own mind. McNasty is going to take care of business tonight.
Brickhouse Brown is back off the stretcher. Jimmy, I can't believe this. I'm having to stand on my chair to see over the crowd here.
Who rolled him off that stretcher?
I think he rolled himself off the stretcher. They were about to leave the arena. And, of course, the match does not end until the stretcher with the man leaves the arena. And McNasty is in pursuit.
And the match continues.
And he catches Brickhouse Brown with a double bolo chop. McNasty, we are at a disadvantage here because we can't see what's going on. I know the lighting is not real good down that aisleway. Now Brickhouse Brown out of nowhere. McNasty into the pole.
What is he doing?
Brickhouse Brown working on instinct. The second win, the third win of the former Auburn Tiger.
The fans are really getting behind Brickhouse now.
Brick trying to shake the cobwebs away. Going after McNasty. Whoa! No, he didn't do that.
I think he did, Michael. I think he did.
And now McNasty trying to fight back from the floor. These two men now going tooth and nail. One of them will be carted out on a stretcher, and just as we thought Brickhouse Brown was over and done with, the immortal Brickhouse Brown is coming back.
Immortal? What do you mean immortal?
Incredibly, Brickhouse Brown.
Hey, he's got, wait a minute, he can't do that.
He's got the bell in the ring.
He can't do that. Michael, run in there and get the bell.
I'm not going in there and get the bell. The man's used a stretcher on Brickhouse Brown. He's used everything in the building he can get his hands on. Brickhouse with the bell over the head of McNasty. Oh, my goodness.
Holy
is down.
He must have knocked him out. Oh.
McNasty. That bell busted the man open. McNasty has been lacerated by the ring bell in the ring.
Oh, no, and a DDT on the bell.
On the bell, and his head bleeding profusely in the ring. Brickhouse with a cover, 2, 3. Now they'll have to haul McNasty out of the ring.
I'll tell you, this McNasty's been laid wide open with that bell.
And Brickhouse Brown helping out McNasty, being kicked onto the stretcher by Brickhouse Brown. Just when you thought it was over for the Brick, Brickhouse Brown mounts an amazing comeback and has put a bloody McNasty on the stretcher, and McNasty is headed out. Rolls off the stretcher.
This is everything I thought it would be, Michael. This is a fight. It's,
There was no doubt about that. A chair across the head, full throttle. And Brickhouse Brown, seeing blood, sensing victory. You don't have to smell blood in a situation like this. It's all over the face of McNasty.
He's like a wild animal. He's gone crazy. The fans in Birmingham are eating it up. Just listen to all these people. They love this blood. I can't believe that the fans in Birmingham are so cold.
And right now, Brickhouse Brown is just sensing the kill, if you would. He is sensing victory. But right now, it is all in the hands of McNasty. Can he escape the challenge? Can he escape the onslaught of Brickhouse Brown? And he just picked up the mic stand and crossed it across the midsection.
Michael McNasty has really opened up.
McNasty has a terrible laceration over his head. Brickhouse going after the big man. Picks him up off the training.
Good.
I cannot believe what I am seeing.
His head is open, wide open. I'm talking about Brickhouse Brown.
Looking at the eyes of McNasty, this is a man that is literally Jimmy Powell out on his feet. I mean, his eyes are rolling back in his head. Blood is flowing from the laceration over the on the forehead. And when he took the brunt of the ring bell, it opened him up. It just sliced him wide open.
I'll tell you what, I believe it's all over but the carrying out. The stretcher is all they... Wait a minute, here he comes again. McNasty fighting back again. You know, this guy has got all the guts of a real superstar. He's got all the makings of a great, great wrestler.
Jimmy, I don't often agree with you, but I got to tell you, I am seeing the intensity. I am seeing the motivation of both of these men beyond anything I expected to see in this match. Both sides, both Brickhouse Brown and McNasty. 2, 3. Brickhouse got another 3 count on McNasty. Now they'll have to carry him out again. But I don't know, McNasty still may have some sense to him. One of these men is going to have to be knocked unconscious. That's the only way this match is going to end.
I'll tell you what, these guys came tonight for a fight, and that's exactly what they're given tonight. The fans come to see it. We're seeing it tonight. It's a wild melee. And I'll tell you what, I don't know who's going to win this match, Michael. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know. I mean, I was excited when the bell rang. I was excited from the very start, but who's going to win?
This is a brawl, Jimmy.
This
is a brawl we are witnessing.
It's great, isn't it, Michael?
My goodness, both of these men risking life and
limb. A pile driver on the concrete.
On the concrete, the stretcher over there. My goodness alive. Brickhouse Brown
says carry him out. He's done.
Brickhouse Brown was done, if you would.
Stick a fork in him. He's done, Michael. I believe he's done. I think it's over.
McNasty.
I believe Brickhouse is going to win now. I hate to say it.
Lacerated. Now the victim of a pile driver, and there's no holes barred, no disqualification. This contest could be over. McNasty being carted away. Brickhouse moving the attendant away to go to work on McNasty on the stretcher. That's exactly what McNasty did to him. I think Brick had the match won just then.
Well, both of these men at times have been, you know, they could have been declared the winner if they could have just held their temper a little while, just fought a little smarter.
They're in the
wait
crowd.
a minute.
They're in the crowd. This could get dangerous. This could get dangerous. They're mixing it up in the crowd. This is something you don't want to see. The referee has got to restore order. Roy Lee Welch, the director of enforcement for the NWA.
Hey, I feel like I'm back at the Boutwell Auditorium. This is like wrestling like the old days. Man, I'm feeling right at home. I love this.
McNasty and Brickhouse Brown. McNasty, a bloody pulp, going to work. He's got the ring bell again across the back of Brickhouse Brown. Oh, my gosh. McNasty now doing the damage with the ring bell. The ring bell is bloodied. McNasty is bloodied. Brickhouse Brown has the blood of McNasty all over him. And they are fighting right in front of our position here at ringside.
These wrestling fans paid to see a fight tonight, and they're getting their money's worth. I've never seen such action in all my life. It's been years since I've seen something like this. It's like the old days of Jackie Fargo and Tojo Yamamoto, maybe. They're going wild.
You know, Jimmy, the dirty white boy, Jimmy Powell, bringing back old memories, but you're absolutely right. These two men are battling in the classic style. And Brickhouse caught him flying off.
What a clothesline.
The flying clothesline by the Auburn Tiger, Brickhouse Brown. He doesn't go for the cover, though. Picks the man back up. Abdominal stretch. Goes for the abdominal stretch. Could have the submission. The referee brought into the fracas as he is rammed into the head of Brickhouse Brown. Referee Mike Posey is down.
Well, I'll tell you what, I just sense that McNasty, I just believe he can do it. I believe he can beat Brickhouse.
Out of desperation, McNasty getting the referee out of the way. But Jimmy, I gotta say, the referee has been around, but he hasn't really had control of the match.
That's absolutely right. And I mean, there's really no reason for a referee. All you need is someone to count them out when they get into the back with the stretcher. That's all you need.
The camel clutch.
Wait a minute.
Made famous by the Chief. Wait a minute. Robert Fuller has come to ringside.
What's the old Colonel doing out here?
Robert Fuller is at ringside. He's got, what's he got? He's got something in his hand. He's got a napkin or something in his hand. He's got it over the face of Brickhouse. He's smothering Brickhouse Brown.
Wait a minute, I smell something. Do you smell that?
Oh, my God. That's ether. It's ether, Jimmy.
Ether?
I swear it's ether.
I'll tell you what, I was in the back with Brickhouse Brown a little earlier, and his breath was really bad. I think he's just bringing him out a little mouthwash.
Brickhouse Brown, no, that's not mouthwash. That stench, that foul stench.
What?
It smells to me like some kind of... It's got to be, it's obviously rendered the man unconscious.
Well, once again, McNasty's pinned Brickhouse Brown, but they're going to have to carry him to the dressing room.
That's right.
The only way McNasty will win is to carry him to the dressing room.
Brickhouse Brown is out. I said somebody would have to be rendered unconscious. I didn't know. I had no idea that this would be a situation where a substance would be used to render the man unconscious. That has a very foul smell to it. God, it's giving me a headache.
I really have to believe that the Colonel was just out here trying to encourage Brickhouse Brown to get back up on his feet.
Brickhouse Brown being carried out on the stretcher. McNasty, a mask of blood in the ring. Brickhouse Brown being carried out. Have they cleared the arena with Brickhouse? And indeed they have.
That's
I think
over.
This one's over. This one's over. Brickhouse Brown rendered unconscious. Now wait a minute, wait. The man was rendered, what is that? What is that smell? Robert, wait a minute, what is that smell?
When you think about it, what do we have here? McNasty. He's one of my boys. I signed him up just like Wendell Cooley. I have so many guys in my stable now. This boy right here is a genuine legend killer. Old Brickhouse Brown, he's been a legend everywhere he's ever went. But he ain't now, is he? He stepped a step down. Boy, did he step down for? Let me tell you something. I am the true legend killer, not Randy Orton. You just see me destroy Brickhouse Brown. Because by God, I'm Southern born, Southern bred, and my neck's by God Southern red. Thank you. You told me I could do it. This is the greatest manager. I'm excited. I want more. I'll tell you what, you talking about a legend killer. How about that spokesman on TV, Jerry Lawler? He's a good guy to beat up, isn't he? I want Jerry Lawler. I'm the man that can put the match together. I can do it. How about old honky tonk dancing man? I can put you the match together, son. I can do it. How about Greg the Hammer Valentine? How about the greatest old-timers that ever lived? Kid, you got the stuff to beat him. You got the stuff to beat a man. You are the man. Let's face it, you're the legend killer. All I got to say, you line them up, I'll take them down, and baby, it's all about the cash and the ass. You're gonna be so rich when this is all done.
I don't know what the stitch is. We'll be over this in a minute. We'll be back. We'll be back.
But why must I learn these things, Master?
Because I have the big stick, Weed Hopper. We'll be right back.
I'm a man, I'm a pro, and I'm better than you. I can bend you like a pretzel, I can tear you in two. I like to...
Remember, Weed Hopper, the wind blows in all directions, but a rolling stone gathers no moss.
Huh?
Consider as we hear harsh words from Robert Fuller of the Stud Stable.
Boy, I tell you, old wrestling days are hard. They're real hard. It ain't getting no easier in that dadgum ring. Every time you get in there, it just seems like it's a little bit harder. Maybe it's because I'm getting a little bit older. I ain't so damn sure about that. But I'm gonna tell you something. I've just about had my end of the wrestling. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna focus myself 110% on taking care of my managerial business. That means the Stud Stable. And the Stud Stable, by the way, the greatest cooperation of professional wrestlers in all the history of the United States or the world. I'm gonna make it that. I'm gonna see it comes to that. I don't have to get in the ring and wrestle one more day of my life to become the most famous man that ever lived. Now let me make something clear to you, Adrian Street, and I want you to listen up too, little cutie Linda. Boy, that little cutie, whew, that's going a long ways. Anyway, girl, all these years, that little handy-dandy, little cutesy little boy walking around with his little funny ways, he's got away with it. People have cheered him. He's won a few matches here and there. Somehow became the European champion. But now, Wendell Cooley's told me himself, all the years, all the time, all he's ever wanted to do was get one more little hand on Adrian Street. That's when I promised Wendell Cooley, you got the greatest opportunity in your life, sign the contract to be part of the Stud Stable, and Wendell Cooley, I guarantee you this, you'll not only have Adrian Street, but you'll have your way with him. And it'll also give me my way with Linda. I want to tell you, honey, you just you cooled yourself down a little bit. You know, as you're aging up there a little bit and you got a little class, you started to wear better clothes. I think the United States of America started to wear off on you. All that old British stuff went down the drain. But what you did, and you're mellowing in your old age, you forgot. One day you might have to stand across the corner and look the old Tennessee stud in the face, probably shaking in your British boots. Well, let me tell you something. Wendell has been promised by the Tennessee stud. Adrian Street belongs to you. Linda, you belong to me, baby. And before the night's over, whew, I'm gonna make you like it.
We have an interview now from the only slightly more civilized European champion, exotic Adrian Street with Miss Linda. Observe now, Weed Hopper.
I'll October the 8th, a classic match. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it a lot. Wendell Cooley, or as you're better known, Gwendolyn Cuddly, I'm going to put the final nail in your coffin. The reason I'm so angry and the reason I'm really going to go for your throat is the fact that you've got that big waster, Robert Fuller, in your corner. As far as I'm concerned, I'll finish the both of you. And if you get in my way, Robert, Linda's going to take care of you. She'll have a leather, she'll have a spikes. She's going to put a nail in your face. She'll tear you to pieces with those things. Don't interfere. Or, on the other hand, yeah, interfere, because I'd like to watch that. I'll get a ringside for that one myself.
Larry Lloyd here, reminding you of the Legends of Wrestling match coming to Batwell Auditorium on October the 8th. It will be a truly legendary night. Just a few of the matches coming up. From Memphis, Bill Dundee versus McNasty. Mr. Motivation, Jimmy Powell against Brad Armstrong. A grudge match from nearly 20 years ago because of an open-ended contract for the European belt is Wildcat Wendell Cooley versus Adrian Street and Miss Linda. A loser leave town match with Bullet Bob Armstrong and Jimmy Golden. These are just the starters, folks. Make your plans to be with us on that legendary night at Batwell Auditorium, October the 8th. That's all the time we have for tonight, my children. And besides, I must give my disciple one final test. But until then, next time, right here on Channel 3340, Wrestle Birmingham with NWA Championship Wrestling action. Make your plans to be here. Now, Weed Hopper, try to take the M&M from my hand. You have done well, Weed Hopper. Only one last ritual to become Chowline Master.
What's that?
The ritual of castration.
I don't think so. Just keep your M&M.
Not everyone's cut out to be challenged.
I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. I jab and I gouge, I take every advantage. I'll wind you like a spring, I don't care what your age is. You come to meet me, you better learn to fly. Cause you'll hit the mat hard when you come from the sky. Cause I'm a big time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. The ropes won't save you when I start my attack. If you try to escape, I'll just pull you back. I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Cause I'm a big time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. I'll throw you and kick you and make you feel sick. I'll set you on fire like a candle wick. The ref will yell and the fans will complain, but that won't save you from feeling the pain. I'm a big time